Okay, so we're finally online and live after a few technical hitches. Welcome, beautiful souls, and thank you for your patience. I'm here and I've really tried my absolute best to make sure that I can actually get going with this live today because I have something so important to share. I felt deeply compelled to share with you my understanding, all the ahas and the wisdoms that are coming through me lately about who we really are. And so I sent out messages on Facebook and other platforms asking the question, who are you? And inviting you to join me in this conversation, a conversation that I want to open up to you all and invite you to think about, a topic that is so important to our very own existence, right? A question that is perhaps as close to the heart as it can possibly get. Who are you? Who am I? Right? And a question that is so often unanswered. I wonder if you have ever been asked this question before. I was about 7 years ago in a personal development workshop. In fact, we all were in the workshop. The lady who was running it, she said, "So who are you?" And I thought to myself, gosh, who am I? What am I? And I threw my hand up very enthusiastically and said, oh, I know. I'm a spirit in a body, aren't I? It was kind of more like a question back to her. And we had a discussion about it. And quite a lot of people in the room were perplexed as well. None of us quite knew who we are. So this topic is very close to my heart. And I wanted to start out today just by asking you, how curious are you to know who you are? Perhaps you can let me know in the chat. How curious are you? And perhaps let me know as well, why? Why are you curious to know who you are? What would it change? Yes, I'm seeing, yes. I'm definitely exploring this question at the moment. Lovely, yes. We do come up in life with these moments of questioning our existence and what we are. And what difference would it make to you to know who you are? Have you thought about that? I know that I've been asked in the past, many, many years ago, when I started my personal development, healing, and awakening journey, I was asked by somebody, she said, Rosalind, why do you spend so much time trying to figure life out and understand it? Why don't you just live life? And I was like, gosh, that's some question. And all I could say was that I just needed to know. I just needed to know who I am and what life is about. And I think there are some of us, truth seekers, I call us, who need to know. There are others out there who are quite content living life just as it is without these big questions that come up occasionally in our lives. And there are others, perhaps you're like me, I call us truth seekers, people who want to know, who like to delve into the depths of life and our existence and find out more. It's like a discovery, a journey of discovery that we go on, seeking answers. And there's a place for all of us. And so, welcome to the tribe of truth seekers, because that's what we are. Just going to quickly look at the chat here. Yes, we are multidimensional beings. I love that. Physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual, mental beings. We absolutely are. Agreed with all of the above. We are. But I want to take you into something a little bit controversial, perhaps is the word. Something that I wrote in my post inviting you all to this appearance, this live appearance, that might bring up some disbelief. Really? Is that really who I am when I divulge, right? Or if you have thought about this or been told this before, you're in kind of like disbelief, or perhaps you never even thought about yourself, as what I'm going to invite you to consider today. So, welcome to the tribe of truth seekers. And I'll tell you why I want to know. I've wanted to know who I am, and I've delved into existentialism and life for many, many years now, because I don't want things to go amiss. I want to master life. I want to dance with life and dance as an equal partner with life, and not feel like life is something that's happening to me without me having some kind of say in it, perhaps. I want it to be an equal playing field. Yeah. And it is very much part of the spiritual awakening journey to want to understand more about our existence and who we really are. So, this is the topic that we are going to delve into. I've got all my notes here, so I'm going to be looking down occasionally just to remind me not to forget anything, because I want to share it all. So, if I were to ask you, thank you, darling, if I were to ask you, who are you, my loves? Who are you? What would you say? I'll give you a moment to think about it. What comes to mind? What comes to you as a whole? How do you answer this question? Imagine, for example, that it's your child asking you, who are you, mum or dad? Who am I? How would you answer that question for yourself, really, is what I want to know. Give you a moment to think about it. I've spent years thinking about it. How would you answer this? Let's have a look and see. Yes, I've heard this before, and I've thought about this for myself as well. We are spirit having a human experience. And that's very true. I'm with you on that 100%. But where does that leave us? How does that help us, right? You see where I'm going with this, right? I want to go deep. I want this conversation to be empowering. I want to, by the end of this conversation, that you have time to think about, wow, actually, you know what? Maybe that is something I could consider for myself. I'm being very mysterious, aren't I, on purpose? Yes, we are spirit having a human experience. Yes. And when I was first asked this question, as I said, I'm spirit in a body, an incarnated spirit, right? But how can we use that to empower ourselves? How can we grab hold of that and make that something that works for us in our day-to-day lives? It's still quite intangible, right? And I want to bring it home. That's why I'm here today. I want to bring it home so that we can all get a grip of this, and so that we can all use this perhaps new understanding as a way to empower ourselves and live our lives much more fulfilled. Let me put it this way. I'm going to confine you a little bit. This goes slightly against who I am. I'm a free spirit. But let me ask you again this way. Let's say you had an Aladdin's lamp, your very own Aladdin's lamp, and you were to rub it, and your genie pops out, and he says to you, Master, my wish is your command. But let me tell you now, Master, I can only give you one wish. One wish. You get to choose who you are. You can choose this one wish that I grant you. But once you've chosen it, you cannot change your mind. You get to choose who you are. But once you choose, you can't change it. So this means that whatever you choose to be, this answer to this question will be forever. So think about it really carefully. What I'm getting at here is, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? You get to choose. But once you've chosen, you can't change it. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm confining you a little bit because I want to draw on an aspect of you that's not going to let anything get in the way. I'm giving you a few clues here. Curious to know how you'd answer it. I'll give you a little moment to have a think here. Your genie grants you one wish. Let me see what you're saying here, my loves. Open up to the collective consciousness, and the human experience involves being custodians of Mother Earth and all living things, whatever our life path. I love that. To be the custodian of Mother Earth. That's a big responsibility, isn't it? And a beautiful one. And I can feel your heart in that. It's so beautiful, yeah. Yes. Some would answer the question, who are you? With their name. I am Rosalind, for example. But where does that leave us? Some would answer that question with the answer, I'm a woman. And a woman is very powerful. Or I am a man, and a man is very powerful, right? But what if there's more that you could have? I'm inviting you to think bigger, greater. Yes, you can have it all. I think that yes, we are either a man or a woman. Yes, we can choose to be custodians of Mother Earth, as you said, which is really beautiful. We can choose to be healers. We can choose to be public speakers. We can choose to be doctors. But could there be more to who we are? I want to stretch you out of the intellectual mind and into the being mind, the unconditioned mind, the mind that can think outside the box. Who could I be if I get to choose? Let me give you a little clue here. You do get to choose. You absolutely do get to choose. Because your greatest power is the freedom of choice. And even if you were confined to prison, like Nelson Mandela, for example, even in a very confined space, you can choose how you behave, how you respond to the circumstances, what you make of it, right? Let me see this comment coming through. We are spirit having a human experience. Oh, let me scroll down a second. I am the woman who is no longer afraid to be the true essence of herself. I love that. That's so powerful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, you are. I can feel your energy coming through, my love. It's so beautiful. To speak my truth with confidence and conviction. I love that. Yeah. I want you to expand beyond anything and everything you've ever thought about yourself. What could it be? Who could I be? Who could you be? I'm keeping you guessing on purpose. Perhaps you can just begin to, instead of being in your thinking mind, just shift. Maybe you can close your eyes for a moment and just take a deep breath and shift into a space where you're kind of like out of your mind and more in your beingness. To create an epic business I can operate from wherever I am in the world. Yes, freedom. We're coming close. I'm loving it. You're beginning to use words that I'm looking for. Freedom definitely is connected to it. A life of freedom. Think freedom. Yes, think freedom. Just remember what your genie said. I'm going to confine you again for a moment whilst thinking freedom. Sounds like juxtaposed, right? But actually, I'm just drawing out that freedom thinker from you by saying to you, you get to choose only once. And once you've chosen who you choose to be, you can't change it. So, who would you be if now that you know you've got the freedom to choose, your greatest power is the freedom of choice? Who would you choose to be? I love this. It feels like a little game. This is your decision, yeah? This is a big decision, right? Could affect the whole of your life. Any further ideas? Confining you couldn't be further from the truth. What I've just done to you with the Aladdin's lamp and the genie and confining you to one choice that you can't ever change couldn't be further from your truth. It's just my way of squeezing out the truth from you. Okay, I won't keep you guessing anymore. If I was granted one wish that I could never change, I love it. You're so close. Total freedom. Yes. Yes. So are you saying to me that you would be total freedom? I love that. Here's who I am. And I'm choosing this right now. And you're witnessing me choose this. My genie's given me one wish. He can grant me one wish that I can never change. Guess who I choose to be? I choose to be the creator. Have a think about that for a moment. Now, that might bring up some issues because it's quite controversial, right? It's something that perhaps we didn't think we could even consider for ourselves, right? Why? Because we're conditioned not to. It's just the conditioned mind that's in the way of us ever considering ourselves to possibly be the creator. And that encompasses what you were just saying earlier, total freedom. They're almost synonymous, aren't they? Let me just have a look at your comment. Yes, the creator. Just spend a moment thinking for yourself what it might be like to be the creator. In a short while, I'm going to take you on a guided visualization so that you can get a little taste of this. But for now, let's just pause for a moment. What does that mean? See? The thought of the creator is usually linked to some higher source outside ourselves. Society has used this over millennia. Yeah, absolutely. A source outside of ourselves. Could that source not be within us? I ask you right now, right? We're changing so rapidly in how we think nowadays. I'm just loving how consciousness is evolving and how we are waking up. And yes, absolutely, totally can, right? why should the source, why should there be something greater than us out there? Why can't we be part of that? We have been taught, even in some of the religions, that we are actually part of that. We are in the likeness of, right? I don't want to go into religion because I'm not religious at all, but some of the teachings are such as we are in the likeness of, we are created in the likeness of. I'm inviting you to think that perhaps we are it. Perhaps. I'm just going to add a little disclaimer here. I am not here to tell you who you are. God forbid, excuse the pun. I'm absolutely not here to tell you who you are. Why? Because I would be robbing you of the freedom to choose for yourself. And as we already know from what I said earlier, you have freedom of choice. But as the creator, you get it all, right? And why can't we have it all? Is that spoiled? God forbid. Is that blasphemous? God forbid. I bet you that love, which is what I understand, if there is a greater force out there, or a greater presence out there, I bet you love would want us to have it too, right? And would want us to know it. So my invitation to you today is to consider the possibility and the opportunity that perhaps you are the creator too. I'm choosing that for myself because I'm putting limitation behind me. I've grown up with limitation. My conditioning is entirely limiting. And I want to step outside the box and experience, as you were saying, true freedom. And being the creator of my life is true freedom. I'll just have a look at your comments. Yes, absolutely. We have the essence of the creator within each and every one of us. Absolutely. So let's bring that essence out and make it an active and alive part of our lives. Use it. Tap into it. It's all encompassing, right? It's all expansive. It's all wise. It's all loving. That's who I choose to be. Yeah, love that, right? Bring the creator out in us. So that's what this conversation is about today. It's about inviting you to consider the very real possibility you are the creator. And guess what? As the creator, you could create that possibility for yourself. I love that, right? What stops us from doing anything and everything as the creator? You know, when you've grown up with limitations and felt trapped by your own beliefs and conditioning, that feels horrible. And I've grown up like that. I grew up with so much of that, and it created so much fear inside of me that I had a lot of trouble moving forward in life. In fact, I went the opposite direction. I got terribly depressed. It's taken me a long time to crawl back to this point, and I'm now breaking through into the other side of infinite possibility. And I embrace that now as my reality. I'm aligning with that now as my reality. And who knows what lies ahead of me? Oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to create it. The unknown remains an unknown. It remains a blank canvas for me, continually refreshed, like a computer continually rebooting itself, a fresh, open space to create and to create again and to recreate myself, especially to recreate myself anew in every breath that I take. I'm quoting Neale Donald Walsch from the Conversations with God books. He talks about recreating ourselves. We have that potential within us. And in that, we have the potential to recreate our lives, right? So if there's something in our life that we don't like, instead of thinking, oh, poor me, what is life doing to me? I think, oh, hang on a minute. I'm complete with that. It served its purpose. I don't need it anymore. So I'm going to create anew. I'm going to create something new. How does that feel to you? I'd love to open it up now to you all and see how it feels. It feels big, right? It's expansive, but I feel free when I choose to be the creator. Let me have a look at your comments. Love that, being the creator. True freedom. Limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, growing up with criticism and judgment. Absolutely. And it holds us back. And it's my job. I've given myself, I've created this, yeah. It's my job. I've created my role as one that brings us back to our power. That's the job I've given myself as the creator. If you think about it in your life, everything that has occurred throughout your life has been created by a succession of choices, not random events, but choices, all of which you have made. Yeah? Yes, we work with something. There is something that we're dancing with. Yes, it's perhaps you'd like to call it a co-creation. But as a co-creation, it's not you 50% of the creating and the other 50%. What would it be if you were the creator and you have total freedom? It wouldn't be 50-50, would it? I remember somebody saying this to me about parenting. When dad leaves the house to go to work, you're not 50% down. It's 100%. I am 100% the creator. I am 100% the co-creator of my life. With life. And who knows? Perhaps I put it all there in the first place. Something else to think about, right? I'm just drawing you out of your intellectual mind. I'm drawing you out from the confines of limitation now, into the being mind, into the unconditioned mind, onto a blank canvas. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to take you on a little journey to give you a taste of what it could be like to be the creator. Let me know if you're willing to journey with me. Our experience brings us opportunities to learn lessons of life. Absolutely, we're learning all the time, my love. Learning, and the more we learn, the wiser we get. And perhaps we're wising up now to be the creator. I'm choosing that. I choose to be free. I choose to kiss goodbye limitation and step into the unknown of infinite potential. And I love it. Yay, you're joining me. Yay. This is my tribe. I feel at home. Okay, let's do this, okay? I'm going to take you on a journey. It all came through this morning, so I'm just going to find my notes for it because I've written some of it down. I want to do it as it came through. Here we are. Okay. So let's just take a deep breath. I'm so glad that we're on the same page here, right? I think it's something that we've all been thirsting for. Freedom. Each and every one of us wants freedom. Why? Because I feel we haven't quite yet stepped into owning our beingness, our existence as the creators of our lives. So let's do this now. I want to give you a taste of what it's like to be the creator. So I may have my eyes closed because I might go into a slight, not trance, but I will be tuning in with my higher self as well to see if anything else other than what came in this morning comes through to be shared with you today at this point in time. Okay, so let's just make ourselves comfortable in or on whatever you're sitting on. And let's just take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale with an open mouth. Coming into the present moment. Inhaling, becoming deeply present with you here now. Your presence matters. You matter. You are the most important part of the equation. You are the formula. You are what the formula equals. You are the equal sign. You are it all. Sorry, this is now coming through. It's coming through full, full on. So yeah, just wanted to start you out with that very powerful statement. Deep breath into the heart, exhale, just acknowledging for a moment, allowing yourself to consider all of this possibility, opportunity, expanding and softening your edges, shedding any conditioning right now, shedding any resistance, just opening up to the unknown for a moment. If you find afterwards that this doesn't resonate, then that's absolutely fine, because why? You are free to choose. With your eyes closed, using your beautiful imagination, which is a fantastic tool of creation, begin to see before you a beautiful, long, flat path. It's straight ahead, and there's no obstacles in the way. It's got an unusual quality to it. It holds itself in a kind of transparent vibration. All around are blue open skies. The path ahead is like a mirage mirroring the sky. So everything looks blue, and you can hardly see the path for its mirage, for the mirror that it is. But you can feel its firmness under your feet, supporting you as you take a few steps ahead, moving forward along the path. Sensing the air around you is the perfect temperature, warm with a slight hint of freshness. The sun is high in the sky, and it's not a hot sun, it's just a bright sun, allowing the glimmer of the path and the mirage of the path to just shine upwards. This is a beautiful open space, free for you to expand beyond any limitations, beyond any conditioning, beyond the mind, and into the truth of who you are. I'm inviting you to step into the truth, all of the truth of who you are. And as you walk ahead along this beautiful path, almost invisible to the eye, but you know it's there because of the firmness underneath your feet. And you don't have to worry about any obstacles because it's flat and smooth and there's nothing in the way. It's an invitation to keep on walking. And slowly, just on the right-hand side of the path, you see something emerging. As you get closer, you notice that it is an easel, an artist's easel, a painter's easel. As you get closer, you notice that the easel is made of wood. and that on it is a blank canvas. You're very curious about this. So when you get up close, you step off the path and stand in front of the easel, looking into this blank canvas. Pure blank canvas, fresh, untouched. Another invitation for you, beloved. You look around and you notice suddenly that a beautiful set of the most exquisite colored paints is ready and waiting for you to use. The exact paints that you would choose to paint with if you could. The perfect medium for you to paint with. Perhaps it's pastel. Perhaps it's oil. Perhaps it's acrylic. Perhaps it's watercolor. It's exactly what you would choose to paint with. And right by the side of the paints is a beautiful pot filled with exquisite paintbrushes, each of different shape and a size, different bristles, all beautiful quality, exactly the kind of brushes you would choose to paint with. Take a deep breath in, beloved, acknowledging where you are and this open invitation. You decide to choose a paintbrush. You have an array of different sizes and shapes, lengths, softness, hardness, all kinds. You know exactly which one you want to pick from the pot. So you take that paintbrush and it feels perfect in your hands. Oh yes, this was made for me. And then you open up the paints and you find a beautiful palette and you think, you know what? I want to mix these paints together, and you choose a few colors or a couple of colors that you just love. And you begin to mix to the exact color that you choose, the exact color that you want to paint with right now in this present moment. And when you've got enough of it on your paintbrush, you take your hand towards the canvas and you choose consciously exactly where on the canvas you want to paint and exactly what kind of pressure you want to put on the canvas with your paintbrush and exactly which direction you want to take this stroke in and exactly what kind of speed you want to take this paintbrush in. And off you go. And as soon as you touch the canvas with your paintbrush, the dreams you have always dreamed of begin to show themselves on the canvas. You begin to see what you've yearned for so long, appearing on the canvas like magic. You go for another dab of paint and mix a new color and take the paintbrush back onto the canvas. Or perhaps you choose a new brush. And the minute your paintbrush touches the canvas, another dream that you've yearned for, longed for, perhaps who you wish to become, perhaps a dream home, perhaps it's a place you want to go, perhaps it's a feeling you want to have. The minute your paintbrush touches the canvas, your dreams begin to appear in 5 dimensions. You get excited, so you go back and you change paintbrush and take out another one. You want to put more detail in here. You load it with more paint and take that new paintbrush to the canvas, and you begin to see even more detail, the detail of your dreams. So much so that you now begin to enter into those dreams. You immerse yourself. You find yourself immersed in your dreams through the canvas. You look around you and you are in your dreams. They are all around you. You are immersed in the reality of your dreams. They are your reality right now. You can sense the joy of experiencing your dreams as a reality right now. Feel the sensations in your body of being that person you've dreamt of being for so long. See yourself being that person. Notice the actions of your body. Notice the reactions of those around you. Notice the beautiful smiles on their faces and the love with which they receive you in their eyes. Notice the love in your eyes as you receive them. Notice the beautiful landscape around you. Perhaps you're in a beautiful part of the world, something like you've never seen before. Your reality right now. You are creating this reality right now. You are in your reality right now. You are the master creator of your reality. And your dreams are just your reality yet to be experienced. Right here, right now, you are immersed in them. You can smell them. You can feel them. You can sense them. You can touch them. You are living them. Brightly colored, filled with sensations, filled with the love of living your dream. Feel into this, beloved. Feel into this truth that you as a creator get to experience your dreams as reality. They are an accessible reality when we remove conditioning and limitations and give ourselves back the power that was always innately ours. But we forgot. We were taught otherwise, or we learnt to believe otherwise from society. But here you are now as the master creator of your own beautiful dreams. Stand immersed in your dreams, immersed in your real reality, with your feet firmly planted on the ground in your reality. Own it, beloved. Own it. For it is yours. For it is your creation. Everything in your life is your creation. Everything in life is a creation. Everything. Breathing in this truth, beloved. And feeling now the deep love you have for yourself, for your greatness as the creator, for your greatness as the one who creates what you most desire for yourself, as the one who creates for the highest good, for your highest good, which is equal to the highest good of all. Create for your highest good, and you will be the loving creator. You become the loving creator, creating what you dream of for your highest good. You chose the brushes, beloved. You chose the colors. You chose to stop at the easel. You got curious about that canvas. Life is the canvas on which you create your desires. This is my invitation to you today. To know yourself as a creator, to own this as your birthright. Take one good look around you at your dreams as you stand immersed in them. Breathe them in into every single cell of your body as your own creation. expand your heart and your chest, open it all up, breathe it all in, and know this as yours, as your creation, your ideas, your colors, your brushes. The brushes are the tools with which you create. Take a deep breath, beloved, into this deep truth. Into your own creation. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling in acknowledgement of everything that you create. And gently, in your own time, bringing this understanding, this knowledge, this awakening into your day-to-day life. Coming back into the Zoom room as the creator. Deep breath in. Exhale as a creator. With relief, with yes, I am. I'm here to get you out of the box. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Yes. I'm here to stretch us out of the box. And I'd like to give you a little soul homework, a little creator homework, so that you can integrate this even more deeply into your day-to-day life. And that is to draw the path that you just walked along in the visualization that we did together. To draw the easel, to draw the canvas, to draw the paints, to draw the brushes, and to draw the dreams that you saw. Draw them in full color, whichever colors you choose, because you have the freedom to choose. And if you don't like drawing, you have the freedom to choose to write about it. Any activity that will help you integrate what I consider to be an absolute truth for me, and I'd like you to consider this as a possible truth for yourself. Owning this is a deeply empowering experience. Yes, you love drawing. Beautiful, yes. If you like drawing and working with colors, that's great. And if you don't, it doesn't matter, because the mind is vivid even when it writes. Yeah. Just, yes, you're welcome, my love. Yes. It's a powerful guided visualization, and the replay of all of this will be online, so you can listen to it again. You can just forward wind to this bit and keep doing the visualization and keep integrating this truth if you wish to take it on. I know I do. I know I wish to release the confines of any limitation and to step into the creator of my own life for the highest good, which is the highest good of all. Okay. So I'd like to leave you with two thoughts. Unless you have any questions for me, my loves. Any questions? You're welcome. You're welcome, beautiful. Is there anything you'd like to ask? Is there any resistance there? Is there anything that came up going, oh no, I can't be the creator. That's too big a deal. That could be a block, right? Maybe we don't, maybe some of us don't want to be the creator because it's just too much of a responsibility. But as someone said to me earlier today, and I've preached this myself before, responsibility is the ability to respond. The ability to respond to an easel, a canvas, paints and a paintbrush. The ability to respond to something, yeah, someone. Okay, don't think there are any questions yet. Ooh, let me see. I love that you want to create maybe too much. It's never too much, sweetie. Just take your time, right? One thing at a time. And delve into each and everything. Give it its fullness. Honor it with your full attention. Take it to the depths and further still. And one thing will lead into the next. It's very much like creative art, fully present with the moment of now. And the ideas come through and you just express them. It's really no different. We're all doing it anyway. But what I'm inviting you to do is to do it consciously. That's why I'm sharing this information with you today. To consciously think of yourself as the creator, if that resonates with you. The truth is, we're creating all the time. But for all these years, thousands of years, millennia, we've been creating unconsciously. So why don't we tidy up the mess out there that we've made? Not all of it's a mess, a lot of it's beautiful, right? But there's a lot of mess there, and start creating consciously, right? I think we could take leaps and bounds into the earth that we dream of living in, into the relationships that we dream of having, becoming the conscious creator of your relationships, right? The conscious responder. What do you put into your relationship? Creating consciously, yes, beautiful idea, right? Yeah, absolutely. This is our birthright. You can choose to create unconsciously. In fact, you probably won't be choosing. You will be choosing, but you won't be conscious of that choice. Oof, I feel uncomfortable there. I feel uncomfortable being unconscious about creating, because I can make a horrible mess of my life, right? Whereas if I'm the conscious creator, and there are things in my life that I have created unconsciously when I was unconscious, I can tidy it up now as the conscious creator. I go, yeah, that doesn't quite work for me anymore. So I create the change, right? This is super powerful stuff. This is about as powerful as it gets, actually. So I've just gone over an hour, so I won't take any more of your time up because I'm going to be busy creating in a little while. Maybe some food to eat. It's as simple as that, right? I'd like to invite you to really bring consciousness to each and every moment of your life and bring that presence of the Creator into that moment. So no more from now on, no more creating unconsciously. And yes, lots more creating consciously. So it requires being present, right? And choosing consciously each and every choice. Pull it all apart so that you can see each and every choice that you're making and make each and every one conscious. That is a great place to be. So I leave you with this. I leave you with two questions. Question number one: what if you really are the creator? I'd love you to just sit with this and contemplate this possibility, this question. What if I really am the creator? And the second thing I'd like to leave you with is this truth. I can choose to be the creator if I want to. So you get to choose, beloved. You get to choose. And I choose to receive this beautiful gift as the creator. I choose to give myself that gift as the creator of my life. I give myself the gift of continuing to be the creator conscious creating. I hope this has awakened in you some thinking outside the box. Thank you for all the love hearts. It's so sweet. I love you too. I love you all so very much. I can't put it into words. You are miracles, and I love what you create. And I look forward to us consciously creating a beautiful world, beautiful relationships, consciously creating more love. How about that? You get to choose. I'll leave you with that. With all my love. Bye for now. Thank you. I love you.